Where do you think a lot of this fake news is coming from?
Well, I think some of it's coming from the Russians. I don't think there's any question now, and I don't know anybody inside or outside the government that deals with things like this that does not think the Russians were trying to meddle in our election. Now, were they colluding with Trump? Were they even for Trump? I don't know. Joe Nye, who's a national security expert up at Harvard, he says what he thinks is that the Russians basically were just trying to destroy credibility in the media, and destroy our institutions. This is what they're doing all across Europe. There have been studies made on this. There's nothing new about this. And Nye says, and they got Trump as a bonus. But there's no question that they were mixed up in this. I think in the end that probably Trump won fair and square. I don't think they were able to penetrate. But you know, we'll find out from these investigations that are going on right now. But there's no question. The other part is there are now people who just make up things. And it's not just, just the Russians. But what I was talking about, that thing in Las Vegas now, people do it for propaganda reasons. They just make up lies. It's much cheaper. And you can make more money with fake news than you can with true news, because true news you have to go out and do some reporting to find out if it's true or not. You can just make it up, and then you get it on the Facebook thing, and the next thing you know, you're able to say we reached X million people here, and you can sell commercials based on the circulation you're getting. And this thing, remember this story of this Pizzagate that everybody was talking about, and this was that Hillary Clinton was running a child pornography ring in the basement of this Washington pizza parlor. I mean, and this got tremendous thing to the point that some guy, I think he was from North Carolina, came up and shot the door off, and he was going to go down in the basement and rescue these children. Well, number one, there's not a basement in this pizza parlor, and nor was there, and there was never any evidence to suggest that this story was true yet. And it wasn't true. I mean, it was totally made up out of whole cloth by one of these propaganda outlets. And yet, the man that owns that place still has to have private security because he's still getting death threats. Everybody who could deny this has denied it. Every law enforcement agency that had anything to do with it says it's totally made up out of whole cloth. But in today's world, I said one time the good news about the internet is that, the news can go around the world in a matter of seconds. The bad news is the nuts can all find each other now. And that's a problem. And that's what you have here. No matter how bizarre your view is on something, you can find somebody out there that agrees with you. And some of these people are pretty bad people. And that's what we're dealing with here.